In a twist more dramatic than any poisoned apple, Disney's latest attempt to reimagine its animated legacy has come to a stunningly bitter end. The long-anticipated live-action Snow White remake has officially concluded its theatrical run, and the numbers are far from magical. After months of anticipation, controversy, and corporate optimism, Snow White has wrapped up its global box office journey with a final tally of $205.5 million worldwide. That might sound like a decent chunk of change, but for Disney, a studio that has turned nostalgia into a billion-dollar machine, it's a major letdown. In fact, this makes Snow White one of the worst-performing live-action remakes Disney has released in nearly 10 years. A harsh fall from the Magic Kingdom. To put it into perspective, the last Disney remake that fared this poorly was 2016's Pete's Dragon. That film, a retelling of the 1977 classic, ended its theatrical run with a worldwide gross of $143.7 million. But even Pete's Dragon didn't carry the same kind of legacy or brand power that Snow White does. After all, this was the film that started it all. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, released in 1937, wasn't just Disney's first full-length animated feature. It was the blueprint for the entire Disney empire. So when Snow White stumbles like this, it's not just a miss. It's a seismic tremor through Disney's usually rock-solid live-action remake formula. And yes, if you're wondering about Mulan, that remake performed worse, making just $69.9 million globally. But let's be fair, Mulan was a victim of its time. The COVID-19 pandemic ravaged theaters worldwide, and Disney made the call to drop it simultaneously on Disney Plus with Premier Access. Given its unique release strategy and limited global rollout, it's not exactly apples to apples. So when we look at traditional theatrical releases, Snow White truly stands out, for all the wrong reasons. The billion-dollar blueprint that Snow White broke. Here's where the sting really sets in. Disney's live-action remake game has, until now, been a nearly bulletproof business model. Look at The Lion King. Photorealistic animation, iconic music, and a whole lot of nostalgia propelled that film to a jaw-dropping $1.66 billion at the global box office. Beauty and the Beast didn't miss either, raking in over $1.26 billion. Even Aladdin, which was met with some early skepticism, ended up crossing the $1 billion threshold with ease. And just when it seemed like the Disney remake train might slow down, Mufasa, The Lion King, a prequel to the 2019 film, brought in $722.6 million after its release last year. Right now, Lilo and Stitch, Disney's latest reimagining of a fan favorite, is absolutely tearing it up at the box office. As of now, it's already raked in over $772 million and is eyeing the billion-dollar club with laser focus. So with all of this momentum, how did Snow White, the film that was supposed to bring a classic fairy tale into the modern age, fall so painfully flat? A storm of controversy, backlash, and unforced errors. Well, the story behind Snow White's downfall might be even more dramatic than the film itself. From the very beginning, the film found itself at the center of a cultural firestorm. The decision to significantly alter the original story, removing the seven dwarfs in favor of magical creatures and updating the titular character's arc to be more empowered and less focused on romance, sparked heated debates across social media. Traditionalists balked at the changes, while others questioned whether Disney was overcorrecting in its attempts to modernize a classic. And then came the interviews. Lead actress Rachel Zegler made headlines more than once for comments about the original film that many fans found dismissive. In one viral moment, Zegler called the 1937 Snow White weird and suggested that the prince from the original film was essentially a non-factor. Whether you agree or not, the damage was done. #boycott started trending, with Disney fans accusing the studio of losing touch with its own legacy. What happens next for Disney's remakes? With several more live-action adaptations on the horizon, including Hercules, Moana, and a Frozen remake reportedly in development, the studio is undoubtedly watching Snow White's reception like a hawk. Will this financial flop cause a course correction? Or will Disney double down on reinvention regardless of fan reaction? Only time will tell. But if there's one thing the House of Mouse has learned from this stumble, it's that not every magic mirror guarantees a flattering reflection. Snow White may have been the first Disney princess, but her latest outing is a sobering reminder. The crown doesn't always fit the remake, now streaming on Disney Plus. And if you're still chasing that Disney magic, check out our full guide to all upcoming Disney releases and the best movies currently lighting up the screen on Disney Plus.